Now, my last video did really good, which thank you guys so much, but I had a lot of people agree and I had a lot of people disagree. But either way, I think it's perfectly justified to make a third Widow rant video because his character is fucking stupid. Now, keep in mind, when I made that video, I was a little tame because I didn't touch the game for 2 weeks. Now, this week's video was supposed to be a me and Chimpy compilation, right? Me arguing with Chimpy. Unfortunately, when I streamed, my mood got completely ruined because we ended up going against Widows or having to deal with that bullshit ass hero. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the VODs and I'm gonna point out the games that are just so ridiculous and point out exactly what is wrong with this hero, so hopefully these fucking brain dead devs can finally understand, because it just blows my fucking mind how this character didn't get nerfed. I get it, bro. I gave them a pass. I knew Widow was broken in the first half of the season. I'm like, okay, you know, you're trying to sell mythic skins, good for you. I was so dead set on them nerfing her in the mid-season patch, but they didn't. So now I have every right to just get on their ass because it just doesn't make any sense. There is no excuse not to see how broken this fucking character is, and it's genuinely all because they want to sell their fucking mythic. So let's take a look at game number 1. Now this game is actually the game where I ended up punching a fucking hole in my desk. Oh, but once you see this game, you'll understand how justified this bullshit is. I do a really good job of dealing with the Widow. I'm dealing with her all around on offense. Unfortunately, with a 5v5 format, if I'm going a dive tank or any sort of dive tank, then that leaves my fucking brain dead teammates to fend for themselves because they don't have an extra tank to peel for them. So hey, I love that about your fucking format, Aaron Keller. You fucking brain dead. But this isn't a 6v6 versus 5v5 video, and I already know that anyone who thinks 5v5 is better is just fucking brain dead. It's just completely how I have to choose between peeling for my teammates or having to dive the Widow. If I don't dive the Widow, she one-shots my team. If I don't peel for them, they just die and fold over. So I think I end that round like 16-2, and the rest of my team is going negative because they don't have a tank. Great fucking game design, Aaron Keller. I love 5v5. 5v5 makes me so horny, and there were so many 30 IQ amphibians in my last video, in my last rant video, saying, oh, if you get headshot, that's just your positioning, learn to hide behind a wall. Like, this game perfectly counters that and points out what the I was talking about. I'm not the one getting one-shotted, it's my brain dead teammates. And not only that, even if I do position great, and even when I don't get headshotted, it's still not fun to play against. It's fucking annoying how I have to change my entire playstyle and start hiding behind walls. I actually, you know, want to play the game and actually want to jump around freely and explore the map and not hide behind walls all fucking game because his character is sitting at an uncontestable range. Now the first round ends and I'm hoping that defense will be a little better. It got worse because the enemy team realized they have to carry their Widow, and once they carry their Widow and, you know, neutralize me, then they'll win the game because the rest of my team is fucking brain dead. And that's exactly what they do. The Widow just has an entourage on her. They got SEAL Team 6 protecting her, and that's when I ended up beating the fuck out of my desk because it is just so frustrating to deal with. Now, I don't know if I should blame my teammates or not, or I should get mad at the format, because at the end of the day, they were really playing with no fucking tank, because obviously I gotta contest the Widow. If I don't contest the Widow, bow, boom, instantly fucking dead. So I have to be on her 24/7, so that leaves my team without a tank. So should I blame them or should I blame the brain dead fucking devs? I don't give a fuck if they have to suck dick on a corner to make a living, bro. I don't care. Get them the off the dev team, allowing this bullshit to go on. But yeah, we ended up losing. That game perfectly just showcases the problem with 5v5 and just going dive tank and people saying just dive the Widow or just, you know, don't peek the Widow. Yeah, let me just take control of my 4 other teammates and tell them to play exactly how they should. Tell them, hey, they picked a broken hero. You can't play the game now. You need to hide behind a wall 24/7. But anyways, yeah, that's the game that I ended up bruising my finger, so I can't really play right now because I can't bend my index finger. So before we get to the bullshit, I want to preface that once they got to 3rd point, I ended up unironically telling Chimpy, which I don't know how many of y'all know Chimpy. I don't know how many of y'all have been here for a long time, but Chimpy, I love the guy, but he's a fucking horrible player. But I ended up telling him to go Widow. No, deadass, bro, go Widow.
Oh,
Now, why would I tell a horrible player to go a hero that requires a lot of skill? Because the character doesn't require any fucking skill. Because in my mind, I'm like, oh, if you just sit in the back, you're gonna be untouchable. You're gonna create so much space. You don't even have to hit your shots, because just by putting Widow on the field, the enemy just has to play completely differently. And if they don't, they risk getting their head taken off. Anyways, it actually worked for a while. He ended up getting a kill, and then they ended up actually counter picking Widow, which anyone on Widow is better than Chimpy. Put a fucking grandma with Alzheimer's on Widow and they could probably out Widow Chimpy. So there went my plan, and then we get on attack, and then that's when the fucking bullshit starts. First of all, we're rolling them, shoving my dick so far down their throat to the point where we get to the third point with 5 fucking minutes left, bro. 5 minutes left. Oh no, Raider, but your own ideology comes back to bite you in the fucking ass, because remember, I actually know how broken Widow is at a distance where she's uncontestable, and I know this third point is exactly just that. That's why I told Chimpy to go Widow, and that's exactly what they did. They pulled out Widow, and the bitch just sat so far back. Anytime she even got close to a threat, she would just grapple to the back right to where she could just walk back to spawn. Her supports carrying her, even one of them switched to Brig, and there goes our 5-minute time bank, because we can't contest this bitch. We did everything we could. They went Sombra, they went Diva, we went a dive comp. It doesn't matter, because she's just so far away. We're wasting so much resources, because once we get to her, she just goes back to her fucking spawn. This same person that abused Widow to get the win wants to talk shit at the end of the game as if you did anything. Buddy, you are garbage. So many people don't realize how broken and easy this character is, and how little skill she requires when she's put on a map where you can't contest her, where she's so far away. It takes skill to play her on like close range maps, because then you gotta care where you position. But when you play maps like this, like Havana, like Junkertown, where the map just gives you a free sniper's nest, then you don't even need aim. You don't even need positioning. What the fuck do you need? You don't need cooldown management. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to realize, oh, once I'm getting dove on, I just use my broken mobility ability. A lot of people think it takes aim, but it really doesn't, because like me, I suck at aiming on Widow. I tried playing Widow later in that stream just to prove how brain that she was. My mind was turned off. Boom, just like that, carrying the game. It doesn't matter if I miss one shot. It doesn't matter if I missed a lot of shots, by the way, but it just doesn't fucking matter, because it just takes one at an uncontestable range. But now let's nerf Roadhog. Roadhog's broken. Roadhog's one shot is broken. Surely you can see a fat fuck walking around the map, his obese ass making earthquakes everywhere he steps. Surely you can counter that one shot. But no, that one shot gets nerfed, and not the fucking one where she's uncontestable, makes no noise, and just like that, in the blink of an eye, you'll get erased. Me and Chimpy had the same brain dead teammate 2 games in a row. This guy was actually artificial intelligence. Then we end up going against him, and he comes out on Genji and feeds immediately like the brain dead fuck he is. And what does he do? What does he do, chat? That's right, he goes Widow. Mind you, he did not swap Widow at all when he was on our team, but against us, that's just my luck, he swapped Widow, and boom, just like that, this dog shit player went from being dog shit and not being able to contribute to just taking over the entire game just by being on that character. I kid you not. You can't make this shit up, and all of these frustrating games happened back to back. So this should tell you how often this happens, and why I even took a 2-week break when this bullshit character is meta. Now, we ended up winning that game, but it's just so hilarious. It's so funny. This bad player who beats the past 2 games, costs us the game, just picks Widow, a character that doesn't require any skill, any positioning, and just completely takes over the game. I really wonder how that checks out. You know what? It might just be because he's a Widow player. That's probably it. Maybe I'm just overreacting. This character better be fucking nerfed at the end of the season. And she will be, because the main reason she's meta is because they want to sell her mythic skin. So if you don't think these devs deserve this hate when they're doing this shit for, you know, profit, they're fucking with the balance of the game for profit. That's where it just gets completely irritating, especially when it's this hero where it's just so unfun to go against. Even if you win, even if you lose, even if you beat her, even if you stomp her, it's not fun to go against. It's not fun having to play such a fast-paced FPS shooter, having to play this shit so slow, having to play this shit like it's Valorant, having to play it like it's Siege, all because they pick one hero, and the person playing it doesn't even have to be fucking good. It's just the threat of her being on the field, because all it takes is one shot. This is the one character, the one shot that they did not decide to balance. They gutted every other one shot, but the most broken one, they left it alone. And matter of fact, they decided to give her a mythic and make her absolutely broken, and then gut her the one hero that countered her, the one hero that checked her, which was Sombra. Fuck these devs. Again, I don't give a fuck. They need to be out of a job, on the corner, sucking fucking dick like the they are. Brain that. And yeah, that has been my little rant. Have a nice day, everybody.